Today's what, 14th? September 14th, 2019. Hello, everyone. I'm Marty Janeski, and along with my good friend Ken Montroy, we're the host of your local sports wrap-up here on Wyandotte Channel 15, Wyandotte Cable. Today is September 14th, 2019. And Ken, how was the week?
Good. You know, yesterday was Friday the 13th with a full moon.
Yes, it was.
If you looked at the sky, you saw all them witches flying by. Because it was their day, their night, whatever.
And when's the next one? I hear you know.
The next one? Oh, I do. For all you young people that are watching now that still want to watch this show in 2049, I don't think we'll be here to do it, but in case we are, that will be the next Friday the 13th with a full moon.
2049?
2049.
It's a date.
It's a date. Hey, I'll meet you here.
That's okay. Sounds like a plan. Well, football.
Ow.
Oh, what?
Ow, your Dallas Cowboys won.
Oh, suicide pool?
Oh, well, that's football. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. How about those Cleveland Browns?
I bought into the hype.
You bought into
I bought
the hype?
100, or whatever amount of money into the hype. Yes, they were on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I should have known right then and there that they were going to do well.
That'll get you.
Well, they had that, so now they're going to start a second pool for all the losers in the first one.
That also the Street and Smith. That's also the kiss of death. Be on the cover.
Yes.
Be on the cover of that.
Yes, I try to avoid that, but I don't know. I bought into the hype, and so anyway, if you guys are looking for me to make your winner, you had a rough time with it anyway because you weren't prepared, as I wasn't. But
all right, well, the local boys, our Wyandotte team, last night beat Trenton. It was supposed to be a big match, supposed to be first place battle. Trenton didn't show up or were outmanned, one or the other. It was 34-7.
Well, I'd like to give a little credit to the defense because, as we've been following, they're 3-0, correct?
Now they are correct.
Right. The defense has been a little sporadic, but the offense has. But the defense has been solid. Remember not this past game, but the game before that, they stopped them inside their own 10 3 or 4 times.
Correct.
I'm telling you what, I think that defense is what's going to carry them to the playoffs.
Yeah, you pretty much you need it.
Oh, yeah.
You need it. If you're going to run all over you, then you're in deep. It's 14-0 at the half and 27-7 after 3 quarters. And then the final score, like I said, was 34-0.
34-7?
Oh, 34-7, yes.
I don't want to correct you, but
that's no. I just got 0 down here. I gotta.
It's okay.
Cross that out.
All our prep work.
Christian Cooper, 2 touchdowns, 13 carries, 61 yards.
That kid's a stud running back. That kid carries the load.
He's
no
quick.
doubt about it.
He's
He's quick.
I went last night. Watched about a half from the first quarter, end of the first quarter to the end of the third.
Say hi to George for us. George Purdue?
Yeah, hi George, but he was up in the booth. They don't let us.
Oh, he wasn't with the peasants?
I didn't have my press pass.
Oh,
your
press pass?
Yeah.
You couldn't press something on your shirt that says pass?
I could have. Let's see. Cody Bowser, another running back. He had 18 touches. He had 89 yards and a touchdown.
Good combination between those two.
Donovan Canterbury had a 44-yard touchdown pass reception.
How about that kid, the quarterback? He's a stud. Jalen?
Yeah, he did all right. He was only 2 for 8 for 69 yards.
He only threw the ball 8 times?
Yes. Stats are deceiving, too, because they had a long, about a 40-yarder would have been a touchdown, dropped.
Wow.
Right, hit the guy in the wrong spot, right in the hands. Hit the guy in the wrong spot.
I tell you what, now he's the one that's got a scholarship to go to Central Michigan already.
An offer.
An offer.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I was out scouting, I'd be watching those running backs.
Yeah.
Well,
they're watching the ball. You're watching everybody anyway if you're a scout. The kid's got a good arm. Kid throws the ball just with a flick. You know, he throws the ball 40 yards.
Good strength, though.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And you can't blame him being 2 for 8 because there were maybe 2 or 3 balls that would have made him 5 out of 8, that were dropped. So what are you going to do? I mean, he's doing what he can.
The defense might have been set up for the pass because this kid is talented. And then that's what allowed the runners to carry the load.
Yeah,
maybe
it's a chess match, isn't it?
It can be.
And but he had what he was 2 for 8 for 69, and he ran the ball 9 times for 32 yards and a touchdown.
Oh, he ran the ball too. Good.
Yeah,
He's a big guy.
When he starts to scramble, he's pretty quick. That's how I can understand why.
They had made him an offer?
Yes, because as young as he is, he's still growing into that body.
Get that weight room.
Yeah, without a doubt. And next week's the big showdown, though. We thought this week was the game of the week.
Who's playing next week?
We're playing Woodhaven.
Beautiful. I hope it's at our place.
It is at our place.
Yeah. Please show up.
There will be a crowd.
Fantastic. Because this is probably all the marbles, right? They're 3-0.
They're both 3-0. Where we got Allen Park, Woodhaven, Wyandotte 3-0.
Right. I mean, they got to play Woodhaven. I mean, Allen Park, too, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So this is one of the 2 key matchups. So.
And Trenton's playing Allen Park this week. We have results of last week's scores, if we can get them up.
Of course we can.
Woodhaven, Lincoln Park, 37-zip.
They've fallen on hard times.
Yes, they have.
Look at Dexter.
Slapped,
Wow.
and that was a non-league game.
That was a non-league game.
Yeah, and then Allen Park beat Carlson, 42-20. Southgate handled Taylor. And I understand Southgate doesn't have a JV. They were so short of bodies.
You're kidding.
Interesting topic. And then there's Wyandotte with Trenton, 34-7.
Wow.
Get into next week real quick. Allen Park's hosting Trenton. Big game. Lincoln Park's got Voyager. Non-league game. I don't even know if it's the Voyager that played.
What city is that? Just curious.
I don't know. I think it's Detroit Voyager, but it's like a charter school.
Oh,
I think.
Oh.
But that
and they got enough for a football team.
You mentioned that last week, I think.
I know, but
I think
they need more
Cabrini played
kids.
them last week.
They need more kids.
Southgate's hosting Etzel Ford, Taylor's hosting Carlson, and then the big game, Wyandotte hosting Woodhaven.
Fantastic. That might be game of the week on Channel 4, Channel 7, or Channel 2, or whatever.
Could be.
We're promoting it right now.
Yeah, let's talk numbers. They only had 80 kids try out for Lincoln Park, Wyandotte football.
Okay.
So they couldn't make a team of JV in 9th grade. Because that would have been 20 and 20. We had mentioned that weeks ago.
Right.
So now they're combined. There's one team. Right. The middle school has run into a problem where it was 7th and 8th graders. Now they're taking 6th graders who are basically 12 years old. Now, Little League football has the 3 divisions, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay.
I'm just curious, the numbers across the field, we should do a little research, but the numbers across the field have to be down, because if your middle school's tapping into 12-year-olds to play with the 14-year-olds, that's a huge difference, body metabolism and everything else.
Absolutely.
So football is...
I'm getting a little confused here, because isn't the population in the United States going up?
It is.
So why are these kids not playing?
People not having kids as many? I'm not sure. They don't want them playing football.
Or not in our area anyway. But that brought up a good point. I think personally, because I'd coach boys 5th and 6th grade, 7th and 8th grade, not in football, but they're mentally, I think that they should play flag football all the way till high school. And here's why. They're not going to make head contact. The parents don't have to worry so much about the injuries. They can still get a grind pull, and they can still get a torn ACL and all that.
Fall wrong on their shoulder, something might happen. Accidents are
something
gonna
might happen. They could do it riding their bike. But at the same time, they're not going to get the head traumas, the CTEs, that they're concerned about, at least until they get to high school. I really think they ought to propose that. I think they get more kids involved in it, too. You don't have to carry around all that equipment. Just a flag.
Yeah, I mean, it's
food for thought. They would learn all the rules.
It is food for thought. I mean, obviously, you're going to get people jumping on the bandwagon. If they're taught the proper techniques, then nobody's going to get hurt. You've got that edge of the coin.
Apply. You couldn't throw that past me at all. But they could learn technique as far as like grabbing a flag, squaring off, square your shoulders. That's what coaches do. Put them in position to teach them how to do things. But yeah, whenever they get there, they only have to learn a little bit about tackling.
Flag football, you're making a decent point, because you can wrap them up and flag football and then pull at the
correct.
flag.
Correct.
You don't have to just be reaching and reaching.
Right.
You can wrap them up and then yank that flag.
Correct.
So that makes, it would develop, you would get the develop part of it down. You would develop football players.
Correct, I think so. And they'll be more eager to play because they don't have to have all that equipment.
But the $1 million system that is Little League football across this country, they will go through the roof.
You're right.
They
But
will
better
lose their
go
minds.
through the roof without having all these people involved.
Right.
Because we're going to end up dropping, Wyandottes going to end up dropping from a Division I if it continues because of enrollment. Correct?
Yeah, well, I don't see, I mean,
I thought enrollment was down too.
you have,
cool.
You're right about that. You're right about the participation level. Why are kids not participating? Why are they not participating, there's other sports, there's other things to do. Now they can get paid for playing video games if they're good at it. Don't tell anyone that.
We never really had that skateboard situation when we were kids, where kids do that.
No, we were already in our 19, 20 years old when that hit.
Right,
Yeah.
we were past
I was a little old to get on a skateboard then.
it. Same thing with the video games. I mean,
We had Pong. Come on.
that's true. That was my speed.
Beep, beep, beep. A couple other results. New Boston Huron beat Monroe Jefferson. Carlton beat Roseville 40-20. Allen Park Garbini beat Our Lady of the Lakes. River Rouge 54-0 over Hamtramck. That's like River Rouge's back-to-back 50-point games.
They're for real.
They should be in our division because we needed a 10th team.
Yeah, well.
Annapolis beat Melvindale 45-8. And Summit Academy lost to the Detroit Leadership Academy 14-12.
Now, that brought up a point. We needed a 10th team. Is that what you said?
There's 9 teams.
And
in
we
there
lost
'cause
Melvindale, correct?
Melvindale went out, correct.
Because of enrollment?
Yeah, they turned into a Division 2 or 3 school, too,
Right.
I'm thinking.
They didn't want to leave.
Correct.
They had to leave. And that's what the problem is going to start, I got a feeling. But what do I do?
Yeah, it all depends. It all depends how that's going to go. Volleyball's kicked in. I got to get you to a volleyball game there, young man, so you can see how it works. Wyandotte's team's fallen on tough times. They lost a couple of tight matches. The girls, they lost in 4 sets to Trenton the other night. It was
Trenton's revenge.
And I tell you what, each game was a 2-point game. They won 25-27, 27-25, and then they lost 25-23, 25-23, and 26-24 because you have to win by 2.
These games are awful close.
Oh, brutally close. Those hurt. Those hurt when you lose them.
Wow.
Because you're battling, and you lose. You get all the way. And who knows? You could be up, 24-21, and next thing you know, you lose 26-24 because you just can't get the kill. So Wyandotte started off their season, they're 0-2 that I know of. They also lost to Gibraltar.
Well, you got something on tennis. Allen Park, unfortunately, beat Wyandotte 5-3. But Sammy Oswaki.
Looks good to me.
All right. Sammy won 5-7, 6-4, 6-0. So he sounds like he's pretty tough.
And we learned how the
And it
scoring
was
went. 4 single matches and 4 doubles matches. And that's how you get your 5 points. 5 points wins.
That is correct.
Kind of like the bowling thing. Get to 16 and you're a winner.
Wyandotte finished 3rd in doubles with, looks like Mateo Juarez and Nick Hickey. They defeated Allen Park's couple of kids.
We talked about that last week. The
Did we?
match against Allen Park. Yes, we did.
Well, now it's final.
It's final now? Because you said it?
That's right.
Now that Ken has told you it, now
That's
it means
right.
something.
All right. Let me get to a couple of things here, Marty, just real quick. Okay, they got basketball drills and skills for 3rd and 4th grade boys and girls from 4 to 5 o'clock, and 5th and 6th boys and girls, from 5 to 6. And it starts on September 16th through October 23rd. And it's free. That's the best part. And that's going to be at the 3rd Street Wyandotte Leisure and Culture Department.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. So leisure and culture, so the parents can watch from a couch, I guess.
I like that. What did I say? I was going to get you a volleyball game. I know you're not free this Tuesday, but Etzel Ford is playing Allen Park. Our Wyandotte girls are hosting Woodhaven. Big match. How about that? Our football team's hosting Woodhaven.
Anytime you play Woodhaven, it's a big match.
Even in bowling. I haven't beat them in bowling in league. We did beat them in regionals, but we haven't beat them in bowling in 5 years. And we've had some tight matches, too. They're strong. They're a strong school. They take their sports serious. Apparently, they have good coaching and then talent. You know, you can be a great coach without talent, and you can get them to a level. You just can't get them to the level.
You could take it to the sports seriously, but you also have to implement how sports can position you to put things in perspective as far as life and school.
Oh,
because that's how you do it. It's not
a lot
just
of disappointments
athletic.
in sports, a lot of disappointments in life.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
How you deal with the disappointments in sports will teach you how to deal with the disappointments in life.
Correct. You're not going to be all disheartened. You lost, you tried. As long as you lost and tried your best, you have nothing to cry about. You did your best.
You know what? It's funny you say that, because even in my weekly bowling league,
you cry?
I cry weekly. But in my weekly league, I weekly
cry. You got to see the other four guys.
See, I could use weekly as an adverb, as a verb, as a noun. But, you know, we compete every week for 3 points. You know, sometimes we get a point, sometimes we get 3, sometimes we get 0. And some of my teammates really get upset about it. And I'm like, were you trying? You know, we were all trying. There's 5 of us. We're all trying. I don't step up there ever without trying to throw a strike.
Correct.
Ever. You know, my goal is to throw a strike. So, you know, that's all I say. I say the same thing to the girls. As long as you're trying every ball, every time competing, you know.
Well, here's another thing that used to get me whenever I was bowling. When I developed or was starting to develop a problem or was having a situation, maybe I was missing a 10 pin a little bit more than I should have or should be, I would go out and practice. And then now when I come back, and then I would correct that problem. I might develop another one, but I corrected that problem. So then I could come back and feel good to myself that I went ahead and tried my best to correct the problem. As long as you're doing that, I think I got nothing to whine about.
Correct.
It just didn't work out.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yes, I see what you're saying.
That's what sports should teach you. It's not so much because these kids aren't going to go on to colleges too much. It's going to be ending right here.
There's a small percentage, right, that play college after the high school level. In fact, you know, being the awards guy I am, I do plaques at Allen Park High, and they have a wall of all the students that participate in college sports. And there isn't 20 plaques on that wall. And Allen Park's got 3,000 kids or whatever. I don't know how many.
Right.
You know, thousands. They have thousands of kids. And there's a wall. It's only got like 20 plaques on it of kids that have moved on to college sports.
Correct.
So that's 1 in 20, 1 in 100, 1 in, I do the math.
Hit the books.
Yeah.
Hit the books. Geeks rule the world. That's an absolute fact. Your computers, your satellites, science, geeks rule the world.
Well, I feel good about my daughter's
being geeky?
major
She
then.
doesn't seem geeky to me.
Dude, biochem major. What do you mean?
All right.
She's as geeky as they get.
Well, at the Wyandotte Recreation, Leisure, and Culture Department, we have the Wyandotte Martial Arts, Little Dragons. You go, Little Dragons.
Kids karate.
Kids karate. Little Dragons, ages 4 to 6, starts September 16th, which is a Monday. And they got kids karate, and that'll start September 17th for ages 7 to 12. Adults kickboxing. Anybody wants to kick somebody, starts September 16th. Wyandotte Martial Arts, cooperation with the Wyandotte Recreation, Leisure, and Culture Department. There you go. Zoom it in.
Oh, I have bad news. You want to hear any bad news? More, yeah.
Yes,
more
Mr. Corleone. Mr. Corleone likes to hear bad news right away. I got to leave.
That's right. The Fab outing has been canceled for the female athletic boosters participation.
That we had on here, Tom?
Tom. For lack of participation, they don't want to commit because nobody's not. Well, I don't know the full
Did you
detail.
send in your check?
He knew I was coming. It's not the part about the
said,
check.
I gotta pay.
I had emailed him. He said thank you, and about a week later, he said, "We can't have it. We just don't have the bodies, because they need all them bodies at $50 a head to make money. The golf course is giving them a rate. You're eating at the hall across the street after. There's baskets to Chinese raffles and all that. 50-50s. There's a lot of things to participate in to raise money at a golf outing. And having participated all summer long in golf outings for all these different groups I'm fortunate enough to spend money in my store, I understand how it works.
But Tom has spent so much time and so much money and so much effort into helping the female athletes of Wyandotte, correct?
It hurts me. It hurts
me. It should hurt every parent that has a female athlete because that's a scholarship that he gives to them, correct?
Correct. 10 of them a year.
So I'll guarantee you that you have people with 3 or 4 kids. Why would you not want to help sponsor that?
It was $50 to play, too.
$50. See, what happens is that adults, as well as the kids, get involved in so many things that they don't, in my opinion, look at things that really matter. That really, really matters. Here you got a guy that's willing to go out there, work his butt out, show up at all those games, try to help female athletes who I agree with him. And society has shown, and if you read the Bible, women really get the blunt of everything. And then he's trying to correct that.
Male-dominated society.
Man will survive. Sorry about that, honey. But yeah, that's what kills me.
Yeah, and but he did say they contacted last year. They had two groups, and they contacted everybody, and it's just they're all doing something that day. Whether it's maybe there was a volleyball tournament, maybe there was a swing, whatever. Everybody had a reason they couldn't make it. It's a shame. He's going to try something in the fall. In the winter, maybe we do a bowling fundraiser. Problem is, you can't get the whole sponsors. You can't get
the house.
BASF alone ought to be throwing them $1,000. That corporation's only got billions.
Oh yeah.
You hear that, BASF calling you out?
Yeah. $100 or what?
$150 for a whole sponsor, or $300.
$150 or $300. Are you kidding me?
But I know they give. BAS, let's not dog them. We know they give to the community. There's no doubt that they give to the community.
You brought it up, and you're saying let's. Okay.
It's him. His name is Ken Montroy.
But yeah, that's too bad. I feel really bad for Tom.
Cross country starts this week at Willow.
Cross country, that's a nice place to run.
Yeah, Willow all through the park. Yeah, and you have the rope up. They'll know where to go. And I don't know. It starts. It says this week. I don't know when it starts, but it does. And again, big football game. Friday. Big volleyball match Tuesday. Let's say both the college teams got by their teams.
That brings up Michigan State, which
played another high school
not a fan
team.
of,
Slapped them around.
I do like a good coach, and D'Antonio's a very good coach. If he wins this week, I believe they play Arizona State
on the road.
That he will win his 100th game at Michigan State. Quite impressive. I think he's been there 12 years. Maybe?
A lot of teams 13. Coaches aren't there that long.
Oh no!
And he's had 9 and 10 win seasons, so I would say it's probably 12 or 13 seasons because he started out. 15, they had 15. Some 6 win. Mm-hmm. He's even had 4 wins a couple years back. It just everything fell apart. So yeah, that sounds about right. 13 years, and he's passing Saban, or is he passing Duffy?
I don't think Saban was there that long.
No, I don't think so either. Duffy maybe.
Maybe Duffy.
Yeah.
I don't know who he's passing, but.
And Michigan got by Army. Army was
cool.
Had that game in their hands, man. Turned it over at the 5-yard line. Could have went up 21-7. Instead, Michigan comes down. Yeah, that was a entertaining game.
What kills me is that Harbaugh still makes the stinking call. It's like watching the Lions.
Oh.
It's like, whoa, we're going to change
They're
our
next.
offense. Well, yeah, you're next. We're going to change our offense. Okay, great. They faked a punt. It went. It worked. Now they come back and they do 3rd down. We need 3 yards. Boom, run. Three. Everything's predictable. It's so predictable that you just want to watch the Lions. No, it's not that predictable. But anyway, back to the Lions. Okay, Michigan.
Real quick,
better
yes.
get it together.
I'll tell you what. Facebook is a wonderful tool.
is.
Certain times, it's also an evil tool. But I have a buddy gets on there. He just got he's got his pregame, got his favorite jersey on.
That's because he's gone to a lot of what do they call them, tailgate parties, right?
Yes.
So he knows how to tailgate, even in his
living room. Yes.
Right.
Yes. He's got his beer, his food, his snacks. He is so ready to go. And then, as you sit there and the game was on, and I was just kind of looking at it. It was on in the background, and I was watching. And I'm sorry, as an ex-season ticket holder, I've seen this script before. Okay? Now, you can't make this stuff up. Nobody calls.
I think they do. They make up rules because of the Lions.
Time,
right?
Oh yeah, over the years.
Right, so they can make it up.
Oh yeah. So, first down. Oh no, we called timeout. That right there.
A set play that worked.
That's precious too, because your quarterback's job, for all the Stafford haters out there, your quarterback's job's to drain the clock.
I don't hate him. I like him. I'm a Green Bay Packer fan.
When you drain the clock, when you got the lead and you're playing with the clock, you run that play clock down to about 2 and then snap it. Brady does it,
Rodgers does it.
Breeze, they all do it.
All the good ones.
All the good ones.
But
and so, to have that happen, and then the play they call after that drives me crazy because they stop the clock for them instead of running a play or a short screen or some kind of
something that to keep the clock moving.
Keep the clock moving, correct. It just, my buddy was like, "What's happening?" And I just got on there. I said, "I've seen this script before." Now everyone thinks they lost. They didn't lose, but they did lose.
Correct.
Well, if you've seen this script before, then you know what to do. Grab another beer.
That's
because
right.
this is a highly
How do coaches
difficult.
get lionized when they come here?
Oh,
Don't forget to contact us at localsportswrapup@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah.
I did get an email.
You did?
Yeah.
Your mother?
No, it wasn't from. Hi, Mom, by the way.
Is she complaining again about us?
Yeah. No, I did get an email, but it was just a reminder that I had a comment on the YouTube, which you can also reach us on the YouTube.
Ken.
Local Sports Wrap Up. What
Good.
you got there? You got about
I got
10
some
seconds.
drop-in hockey. I got the adult drop-in hockey.
At the Yak?
Yep, 9:30,
Sundays?
10 o'clock. Sign in on Sundays, yes.
Sundays.
Limited to 22 players if you can get that many. $6 a person.
Well, that's a good deal.
You got to have helmets
Okay, and equipment, right?
and equipment, yeah.
All right, I'm Marty Janeski, and along with my good friend Ken Montroy, we are your hosts of the Local Sports Wrap Up. Today is September 14th. Hey, all week I think the football game's following us on Wyandotte Cable, so watch the game. Have a good
Fantastic.
time.
Yeah, we're kicked out of here.
We'll see you next week.